Cannonball 2012 on a 1914 Harley-Davidson number 14. Gray Ghost modifications for Cannonball 2012 include the following. Chassis alterations include a softer spring rate for the front fork and a new lighting system powered by AA batteries illuminating 16 LEDs. These 4 lights burning simultaneously will start a barn on fire from 100 yards. The seat now has a smaller, lighter seat nose strap to ensure it does not tip back. The majority of the Ghost alterations are motor changes and focus primarily on the valve train and secondarily the intake system. These modifications will allow the engine speeds to increase from 3,500 to 4,500 or maybe 5,000 RPMs. If the small ports and carburetor allow enough airflow. First is a larger intake manifold. It pushes the carburetor left about 3 inches, allowing carburetor adjustments without burning fingers on the cylinder fins. This was a problem on the Cannonball 2010 run. For the carburetor, a press-on velocity stack that allows quick removal for choke settings on early screw-on Chevrolet carburetor. A lower breather to enhance fuel-air mixture volume. And a new carburetor support now coming from the redesigned engine case stud stabilizes the entire intake system. Finally, one intake port received enough attention to remove about 2 tablespoons of cast iron for conforming with common airflow characteristics. Not much can be done with early small port cylinders. For the valve train, new for 2012 are tubular push rods and their lower adjusting stools. Hollow intake and exhaust lifter pins, with the intake pins now having a lower flange and body diameter to retain a newly added set of springs inside the gear chest for control of intake lifter pins and primarily the evil cam followers. Hand finished cam followers now have a modified I-beam like shape with radiuses on all sharp edges, reducing weight and stress in the arms. Here we have the oversized upper and lower telescoping exhaust valve covers, spring housing a larger exhaust valve spring with a titanium valve spring keeper. 6 holes in each cover allow for piston-like action from the keeper to pump air in and out of the spring compartment, cooling the always hot exhaust valve spring. Up on top, intake valve spring wires up from 62 thousandths to 72 thousandths with 3 less coils, increasing spring rate for an added RPM range the Ghost will occasionally operate in. exhaust valve guides are now sleeved with Mold Star 90 material that works so well on the 2010 Cannonball intake guides. These pressed-in sleeves are prohibited from pulling out by special double-flanged valve spring retainers to capture the valve guide sleeve. Last, crankcase ventilation, a deep breathing exercise improving both crankcase ventilation and primary chain lubrication. '12 Cannonball Gray Ghost, number 14.